This is a special Friday edition of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
We are under the lights at Gustafson Stadium. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a special Friday edition of Thursday Night Lights. Tonight, we've got the Taft Raiders taking on the Brennan Bears. Good evening, I'm Don Harris in the press box. Chuck McAtinnick, my broadcast partner, down on the field, and we are looking forward to this one tonight. It's a District 29 6A showdown in a district that is crowded from top to bottom. They've put together a crazy schedule because of COVID, and Chuck, these are two teams right at the top battling for one of those playoff spots.
Well, Don, I don't think it's any surprise that we probably thought that Brennan was going to be here at this time of the season, but I don't think we've been paying close enough attention to what Ricky Stade has been doing at Taft. He's built this program through the middle school level all the way on up to the high school level, and he knew that his team was going to be able to make a leap this year, probably even more so next year. But even through all the shutdowns, here Taft is with a chance to really make their impact on this district playoff race tonight. A win, and they're going to be in.
Yeah, you see the district standings. I said it was crowded, and it is. And one of the reasons that Taft is right in the thick of trying to get a playoff spot is their big guy up front, Kyle Winty.
Well, Don, I don't think it's any secret that these Taft Raiders like to run the football, and one of the strengths of their program is right up front with that offensive line. And you look at Winty, 6'4", 275. This young man is not only a space eater, he's a people mover, and he has, as you can see, fantastic hair as well.
Well, we are looking forward on the other side of the ball to Jalen Spells. He's the favorite receiver of the spectacular quarterback Ashton DeBose. Spells is a guy with already 8 touchdowns on the year.
And Spells is one of those guys, Don, that I think if you look around the area, this guy's probably right up at the top of the list when you talk about elite wide receivers. He is something special. He was a little dinged up last year. He was a little dinged up this year, but he's at full strength, and you can see he's racking up numbers at an alarming rate. This guy's one of the most electric ball players in the entire area.
Brennan has had a history of having spectacular athletes, and we're going to see some more here tonight. When we come back, we'll have our Thomas J. Henry keys to the game. It's Taft, it's Brennan, it's Friday night, yes, but it's Thursday Night Lights on the CW 35.
This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry and sponsored by Vulcan Materials Company, America's Diamond, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, RNL Certified Auto Group, Air Serv Heating and Air Conditioning, Affordable Health Insurance Agency, Orange Theory Fitness, Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning, Guild Mortgage, San Antonio Sports, Methodist Healthcare, Plumbing Today, Texas Water Advisor, Beluga Air, Bargain Warehouse Outlet, JD Collision Express, Air Conditioning Service Company, the San Antonio International Airport, Centro Med, Mammoth Contracting, and Monarch Trophies.
Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium. Taft and Brennan here tonight. Right now it's time for our Thomas J. Henry keys to the game. And Chuck, Ricky State's Taft Raiders have a couple of things they're going to have to do to win tonight.
Well, Don, let's be perfectly clear here. These guys need a win tonight to be in the playoff conversation, and they've done a good job of that all year long, kind of being who they are. So first of all, they're going to want to take care of the ball. They've lost 2 one-score games this year to both O'Connor and Warren, and in games where they've taken care of the ball, they've come out on top. In games where they haven't taken care of the ball, well, guess what? They've lost, and Coach State said that's no coincidence. They want to be physical. This is going to be one of the most physical games I think we've seen all year long. Both of these teams like to get after it. And then Taft wants to do what they do best. That's run the football and make sure that you bring a little nasty when you're running that football.
Well, it's a huge game for them for a chance to go to the playoffs. Here's their head coach, Ricky Stade.
We've just played our style of football. We believe in being relentless in everything that we do. We play tough, we play hard, and there's no secret magic dust. It's just hard work, and these guys have put the work in, and they've earned the opportunity to play in a big game like this, and now you got to go out and earn the opportunity to show that you belong.
Brennan Bears, they've been solid all year long, had a big bounce-back win last week, and Chuck, Coach Bazer's team always seems like they're ready to play.
Oh, no doubt. And, for them too, they want to win the turnover game. In a game like this where both defenses are so darn good, you have got to protect the football and make sure that you're doing the most that you can when you have the football. And obviously, giving the other team extra possessions is not going to be in your best interest tonight. Brennan also wants to stay true to who they are, and then also they want to limit the big play capabilities of the Taft Raiders. They're going to run the football. There's no question that Taft is, but if you just zero in on that, they're going to beat you over the top too.
Here's Coach Baser.
Well, their defense is really solid. They're pretty big up front. They move around well. So moving the ball consistently could be a challenge. Hopefully we can get some receivers loose and some ball carriers loose and stay balanced. That's what we'd like to do, but we'll have to see how the game plays out. And then, offensively, they really like to pound the rock and take shots here and there. So we got to be able to stuff the run and then not get hit on the shots when they take them. And then, special teams and turnovers is always hugely critical in any game. So we'd like to win the turnover battle and not make any mistakes. And if we can do those things, then it should be a good night for us.
All right, both Brennan and Taft have rich histories here in the Northside District. We're getting closer to kickoff as we take it to break. Let's look back on some of those great moments.
All right, so here's De Hoyos. Hands to Stevenson. He's going backwards, but he's making something out of nothing, and he gets clear. Look out. Stevenson past midfield, turning on the Jets. Stevenson's going to score. Touchdown, Raiders. Outside, cuts inside the 20, Warren to the 10, another move to the 5, touchdown Brennan. Devontae Warren with two wicked moves to go 26 yards for a touchdown. That one at the end was an ankle snapper. I thought for sure he was going to head out of bounds. He thought otherwise. Smelt the goal line, turned it back upfield, got the 6. Just a spectacular play. I don't know how he kept his feet.
That play from 2015, Coach Stephen Baser's built quite the program here at Brennan High School. We've also had some great plays this year. Here's some incredible games on TNL this year. Let's look back at some of the greatest plays. Off to the races goes J.C. Solitaire. Talk about adding to your rushing totals. To the house. Touchdown, Patriots. Driggers has his work cut out from him on this snap. Straight drop, wants to go deep over the middle, does. One-on-one coverage, caught. Redding to the 5, Redding. Touchdown, Unicorns.
Finish what you started, young man.
Jacob Redding making his grandpa Sterling Jeter very proud in this stadium where grandpa coached for so long. L.J. Butler lining up, he'll get the carry. He's got the first and he's got a lot more. He's gone. L.J. Butler to the house. Touchdown, Wagner. DiDomenico with trips to his right. He rolls that way. And now fires deep. Got a man wide open and what a catch! Touchdown, Clemens! An amazing one-handed catch by Cade Pososnik.
Man, you're not kidding.
Burrows keeps easing into free space. Burrows down the sideline. Burrows showing some speed. Touchdown, Judson.
Even better after the play.
Michael Burrows. Here's Cardenas. He gets to the outside. Watch out. Cardenas just throwing a man out of his way. That's unbelievable. C.J. Cardenas going beast mode. Oh my goodness. Getting to the outside. Looked like he had a bee on him, and he just says, get out of my way.
Had the angle. And then had the touchdown. That's something else.
As Hernandez goes to the air, and what a catch!
Kidding me.
Alan Hernandez.
Make a play 1-4.
One-handed.
Oh, that's just a fantastic play.
Smith wants to go deep. Fires, single coverage.
Oh,
Locke's
yeah.
got it. What a catch. Locke, touchdown, O'Connor. He will not be stopped.
Wow, what a play.
Locke goes up to try to catch a great throw. Did he come down with it? He did. Touchdown, John Locke. Two of the biggest plays of the night coming from number 15. Himmel rolling, firing. Got it. Caught! Good! Fredericksburg wins on a two-point conversion. At the end, Bernie said no, Fredericksburg said yes, and the Battling Billies walk off on a final two-point conversion here in Bernie.
I had no problem with trying to be a little aggressive in this spot too, because you're just one big play away from taking the lead in this game.
It was a false start, so it's half the distance, so that ball is basically touching the goal line. To do the same thing, York one-on-one, he's got it. Let's see his speed. Jack York, 99 and a half, ties the all-time record for T&L's longest play.
Man, I love that play call, Don Harris. I love it.
The incredible Chris Kotfus putting that together for our T&L fans. Chuck, man, we forget just how great this season's been, man. You and I don't have the memory to look back 3 weeks, much less. But Chris Kotfus remembers all those great plays, man. I got little goosebumps a couple times watching those kids.
What's been interesting, Don, is we knew going in that this was going to be our finest schedule to date for Thursday Night Lights. And, man, we've seen some just amazing plays, some amazing feats by these young athletes. And even with all the goofiness that's gone on in 2020, this has just been one spectacular season, no doubt, start to finish.
It is homecoming for Brennan. When we come back, we'll celebrate that a little bit. We'll sing our national anthem, and we'll kick it off here on Thursday Night Lights.
Well, Thursday Night Lights is, a great opportunity to reach and motivate our high school athletes, their families, coaches, et cetera. We've tried to do that with the Beyond the Game program. Sinclair Broadcast Group and Methodist Healthcare have been great partners. And, the program really encourages high school and middle school teams to submit narratives and pictures and videos of things that they are doing to reflect key characters. Traits, respect, selfless service, those types of things with community service tend to feed on each other. So we started 4 years ago with 20 high schools submitting, and last year we had over 70. And so we're anticipating a lot more this year. It keeps growing, but it really sets the tone for the coaches, parents, and players to do things beyond what they do on the field or the court.
We've been partners in this program for a couple of years now, and at Methodist Healthcare, our mission is serving humanity to honor God. And we think that getting our student athletes and our school districts involved in community outreach programs is a great way of living that message and really instilling that kind of thought process and behavior within the high school and middle school audience. So it's just a great program, and we were inspired by what the work the kids are doing in the communities.
Well, we're proud to be associated with San Antonio Sports and Beyond the Game. Like I said, it is Homecoming here for Brennan and Zach Hedrick right in the middle of all of it. Zach?
Hey, Don. Pretty good homecoming crowd on both sides tonight, Brennan. Pretty good turnout for them. Of course, Taft on the other side, too. Some good crowds on hand to see this one tonight, and great weather tonight as well. Can't believe it's mid-November. It's 70 degrees and still wearing short sleeves out here. But you guys touched on it off the top. Pretty good defensive battle that we're going to be seeing tonight. But I'm going to go out on a limb and go with the Pat McAfee route here for the brand. I'm looking for some of the kickers tonight to make some plays. Look for Jonathan Swisher and Jordan Peroni to make an impact on this one. Guys?
Yeah, both of them very, very good kickers. And we're going to see one of them quickly here on our air today. Heating and air conditioning, game time, weather, and kickoff coming up later. Right now it's 76 degrees. It is perfect. Cloudy, wind out of the east-southeast at 6 miles an hour. And Chuck, you were down on the sidelines before the game, soaking all this in. And what a great atmosphere here at Gus.
It really is. And again, I mean, you just talk about the magnitude of this ball game for both teams. Obviously, Brennan wants to make sure that they keep their stranglehold on first place, and Taft fighting to get into that 4-team playoff hunt, see if they can get a postseason berth down the road.
It's a huge night for high school football around the area. Some great old-time rivalries. There was none better in San Antonio in the 70s than Lee and Churchill, long-time rivals. Madison's taking on Johnson tonight, Wagner and Clemens. That's a big district battle. East Central and New Braunfels and Burbank and Highlands. Also Edison and Sam Houston, Lanier and Kennedy, Steele and South San, Laredo Martin taking on the Dragons of Southwest. And from around the area, got a lot of teams that are playing. Some teams have been canceled or postponed, but you can see some of the smaller areas around town, including LaPryor and Falls City in a big battle there. Wimberley taking on Smithville, and Chris Kotfus's Blanco Panthers taking on Poteet. And it's the first playoff game that he says he's missed in years. The Panthers. What's the Poteet mascot, by the way?
The Strawberries?
I thought it was going to be the Strawberry Pickers.
It's the Aggies.
Oh, okay, there you go. That makes sense.
Get a good look at this Brennan football team and some of the fans that are here tonight. This Brennan team, again, as good as they are, they're a young squad. Taft a little young too, so that's kind of been the refrain all year, right? And I know Coach Bazer's going to be the last guy that makes any excuse for youth this late in the season. He says, hey, we're playing younger guys midway through the season. You basically expect your sophomores to play like juniors and your juniors to play like seniors. But with all the pivoting that all of these teams have had to do through the course of the year, I mean, hats off to the coaching staffs at both of these programs, getting these teams ready to play each and every week. And you just can't say enough. It's been a challenge, there's no question. It also speaks to some of the athletes that they have as well, that they've taken their coaching and they've gotten with the program pretty quickly. Both of these teams doing a remarkable job, all things being equal in 2020.
We talked a little bit about the young man you're watching right there, Jalen Spells. He's a senior, but Brennan has sophomores and juniors all over the field that quite honestly might be the best players on their roster, including their quarterback, Ashton DeBose. Played last year as a freshman in the Lake Travis playoff game. If that won't grow you up in a hurry as a freshman, I don't know what will, but he is an electric quarterback here to watch tonight. And also, he's got a teammate that he'll be throwing to for a couple more years in Avron Carter. He's a sophomore wide receiver. He'll be wearing number 2, very electric as well, as the relentless Raiders come onto the field and the Brennan Bears right behind them. Chuck, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago with some of these schools that have, making these brands big for their schools. Remember, We Are Champions said whack across their warm-ups, and Relentless is the name for the Taft Raiders, and we saw it on the front of every one of their undershirts that go under their shoulder pads. Relentless is everywhere when it comes to Taft, and Ricky Stade really starting to try and put that into their mindset that they are going to be relentless at all times, and it's paid off. They're already starting to turn that program around. Both teams lining up as we get ready to have our national anthem.
And we'll turn it over to our public address announcer, Lou Calusa.
Thank you. You may be seated. This week, the nation comes together to honor our veterans and to commemorate the legacy of profound service and sacrifice they have upheld in pursuit of a more perfect union. All of the football players here tonight are wearing a flag decal on the backs of their helmets to commemorate this event. Through their steadfast defense of America's ideals, service members have ensured our community still stands strong, our founding principles still shine, and nations around the world know the blessings of liberty. As we offer our sincere appreciation and respect to our veterans, to their families, to those who are still in harm's way, and to those we have laid to rest, let us rededicate ourselves to serving them as well as they have served the United States of America. At this time, we ask all veterans as well as active duty members of the United States Armed Forces to stand and be recognized. Will be a special presentation during halftime to honor our veterans. Thank you all for your service to this great nation. Marching towards midfield, presenting our nation's colors this evening, is the color guard, the Phoenix Color Guard from the Brennan High School, Texas 20,101st Air Force Junior ROTC. Commanding and carrying the American flag, Cadet Colonel Josiah Leonard. Carrying the Texas flag, Cadet Major Catherine Nygaard. The American Guard, Cadet Senior Airman Brandon Mims. The Texas Guard, Cadet Major Tyler Dossett. At this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your hats to honor America and the men and women serving in our armed forces around the world. Our national anthem tonight will be played by the Brennan Bears High School Marching Band under the direction of Thomas Kober.
Watching a special Friday edition of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Coach Ricky Stade and the Taft Raiders will kick it off. It is our Arnell Certified Auto Group first half kickoff. And Coach Steve Bazer's squad will receive. Back there is Caleb McGarity wearing number 1. Yes, the name sounds familiar. Part of those McGarities. Tyler Turner
also back there. He's just a sophomore. He wears number 5.
And you get the sense, Don, that both of these coaches really like where their programs are at. Both young, but both very, very good. And we're going to see this tonight.
It's McGarity taking it to 15, breaks one tackle, gets across the 25 to the 26. And for the first time tonight, we will see the very athletic sophomore quarterback Ashton DeBose and that Brennan offense. As I said, just a sophomore, played a lot last year as a freshman, played in about 7 games, including the big playoff games with Reagan and Lake Travis. Kind of grew up on the fly as a freshman, and he's been electric this year. 900 yards rushing. Check that, 972 passing, 400 yards rushing, 19 touchdowns combined. And Justino Escobar, number 4, will be the preferred running back on the night. As Carter comes in motion and he throws on first down, and there's Jalen Spells. We talked about him in the pregame, and he's already got our Mammoth contracting first down as we take a look at that Brennan offense. Daniel Ortiz is the big captain up front. He's your left tackle, number 75. He's an all-district performer. Their best offensive lineman on the field, though, as a junior, Gabriel Owen, number 74. He is a load, and they are high on his future here at Brennan. A new first down as they turn and hand it to Escobar. He picks up about 3. Take a look at the defense of the Taft Raiders. Amir Phillips, number 2, will be all over the field there at linebacker. And they've got some really talented DBs, including Matthew Rodriguez, number 6, who's a captain. And up front, Derek Degollado, who is a former offensive lineman. He's converted nose guard, big number 99 right on the nose. He's their big leader up front. DeBose gets the play call from the bench, still trying to clarify things. Play clock ticks down to 2-1. They get it off. DeBose straight drop, fires it to his right, and he completes it right at the 40-yard line. Another Mammoth contracting first down, and that's Avron Carter, his fellow sophomore. And they're going to be a tandem to be reckoned with for years to come. First down, they go quickly. DeBose straight back again. Now he's going deep. He's got his man. Is it caught? Incomplete. He had Spells down there. And Chuck, already we're seeing the athleticism of these receivers that we knew would be the case coming in.
Wow, what really impresses me is DeBose. I mean, first throw of the game, he took a wicked shot but delivered the ball on time with a tremendous amount of accuracy. You saw his second ball was completed rather easily, and Spells almost made it 3 for 3 right there with a great effort trying to haul in the diving catch.
So it's second down and 10. It's a quarterback run all the way to the right. DeBose cuts it back inside. Look out. DeBose is gone. Touchdown, Brennan. Ashton DeBose. We told you he was electric. That's his 6th rushing touchdown of the year. And just like that, the Brennan Bears have a 6-0 lead.
Lightning strikes quickly here at Gus. DeBose, you've seen the arm talent, and then just, you see how the game is so slow for him? Just picked his spots, found some open space, and Katie barred the door for 6.
Jonathan Swisher on to attempt the PAT, and we've got flags flying as somebody moved. Wow, Chuck, he didn't even look like he was running.
False start on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Retry. On time down.
When DeBose broke free on that replay, it looked like Usain Bolt at about the 90-meter mark when he pulls up, knowing he's going to coast in for the gold medal. Swisher's kick is true, and Brennan leads it 7-0. We'll get our first look at the Taft Raiders when we come back.
Closed captioning for today's game is sponsored by Texas Water Advisor.
Back at Gustafson Stadium, let's take a look at Ashton DeBose. Very solid, efficient drive for Brennan on their first possession. the class of this district so far in 29-6A. The Taft Raiders a bit of a surprise and still hanging on for a possible playoff berth. They need this one tonight. And they will get the ball next.
Yeah, I mean, statistically speaking, these are the two best defenses in the entire league. So, pretty impressive start here for Brennan.
Kick's going to go through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And we'll take a look at that Taft Raider offense for the first time. They're led by their junior quarterback, Justice Hurt. Hasn't thrown an interception this year. We'll also see a lot of Zamarian Malvern. They split the snaps. It's not real clear on how they do it. Coach State told me, said we go with a hot hand. It's kind of a feel thing. So we will see different series with both. There's no set reps going into the game, but we'll probably see both number 7 and number 8. We started off with Justice Hurt. Diego Martinez is his preferred handoff guy, and Brennan Bears have the number 1 defense in this district, and we see why quickly here as we take a look at the Taft offense. They're also very young up front with their 2 sophomore guards, Devin Jacob and John Jackson. Javari Merrill is a favorite target, and Isaac Jackson, 17, is a very dynamic receiver. 2nd down and 12 for the Raiders. They pitch it coming this way, and again, the Brennan defense is right there. And they're doing a nice job to find some space. The Taft Raiders make some yards out of it is TJ Andrews. The Brennan Bear defense led by Elijah Williams, their linebacker, just a junior. And Orozco up front is their senior star. Caleb McGarity is also a very dynamic DB.
And you just see how physical and big and talented this Brennan defense is, swarming to the football and making life awfully miserable for Taft on that first possession. They got to punt it.
3 and out for the Taft Raiders. They'll send McGarity and Tyler Turner both back for this punt return. Handling the kicking honors is Amir Phillips. It gets over his head. Look out. They're in trouble. Has a hard time feeling it, but now breaks free. Now he throws it, and it's incomplete. So Brennan will have outstanding field position right there at the 25-yard line when we come back after a bust on the Taft special teams. Brennan brought the pressure, and Taft felt it, and that's why the snap was errant.
Can't say a job. You can't say enough about the job Amir Phillips did just finding the football, and darn near completed this on the back end. Great job to at least save his team a little bit of field position.
Instead, Ashton DuBose and company have it right at the 30-yard line. It's first down. It's a keep called all the way for DuBose. He picks his way across the 30, gets to the outside. He's got the 10, and he's pushed out of bounds right at about the 4-yard line. Ashton DuBose just making it look easy the way he runs the football.
Yeah, and Taft had a beat on him after he had taken off along the right side, but one of the Raiders picked another one, and that was what actually sprung DuBose for the big play down the sideline.
He goes quickly. He wants to throw. Does. Complete. Or did he drop it? Touchdown. Jalen Spells holds on to it, and just like that, Brennan has a 13-0 lead, making quick work after the special teams debacle.
Well, DuBose gets it, and look, he's just about as calm and cool and collected as you can be back there. Sees the entire field, realizes there's no reason to rush. Easy pitch and catch for 6.
Extra point is good. 14-0 Brennan. They jump all over Taft here at Gustafson Stadium to start this one out.
Taco Cabana is proud to once again be the title sponsor of Thursday Night Lights. Enchiladas are back. It's Enchilada Fest. Stop by any Taco Cabana and enjoy so many to choose from. Make plans now to visit Taco Cabana after the game or this weekend. Enjoy the rest of the game.
That sounds like a plan.
I'm down.
Jalen get a little rest there after that touchdown as the Brennan Bears get ready to kick it away. Jonathan Swisher's an all-district kicker from a year ago. He's been true on his extra points here tonight. Kicked one out of the end zone first time. Julio Sanchez, Javari Merrill, and Isaac Jackson all back there. It's another great kick that's going to go all the way to about 3 yards deep. What a boot there for Jonathan Swisher as we go down to Zach Hedrick. Zach?
Coach Baser on that last touchdown with the short field and on that run by Mr. DuBose there after that. I caught his eye real quick. He winked at me and said, that was a juke right there. Very confident in his offense right now, guys.
Yeah, very confident in that young man as well. He knows he's got a special one. That's why he gave him playing time last year as a freshman. And he's had a few come through this program. Jamal Jeter, who's playing up at Texas State, one of those, is Taft loses it again. And on their first snap, it's another turnover. And things are just falling apart for the Raiders here tonight early.
Noah Rickman, Johnny on the spot right there. And once again, Brennan is going to have a very short field to work with. This defense is so imposing and so physical. Again, we talked about it at the onset. You just cannot give the other team extra shots in a game like this. You can't do it any week, but you're going to make life awfully easy for Brennan if that continues to be the case.
They run a jet sweep to the near side and going all the way in easily for the touchdown are the Brennan Bears. Avron Carter, the sophomore, just making it look easy again. I don't know how many total plays Brennan has run, but I think it's the quickest 21 points in the history of football.
What a nice, nifty run there. They do it a little bit by committee at the running back spot, do the Bears. Get a little thunder and lightning and get Escobar and AJ doing their thing.
Swisher's going to wear out his right leg here in the first quarter. Kicking extra points and kicking off. Right down the middle again. He's got a lot of leg, and Brennan all over Taft as we take a look at our Guild Mortgage Smile Cam. The Bears with a lot to smile about here early. On paper, this looked like a very evenly matched game. This is a Taft ball club that has beaten some good teams around the area. They beat Warren last week 35-14. They beat Harlan 28-7, Marshall 20-14. And they took O'Connor to the gun, losing 17-12, and were rallying to win that game late.
Yeah, and one of those touchdowns was not produced by the Panther offense. So, we know that Taft can play ball. Just time for a reset. Take a deep breath. Playing on TV. Maybe a little extra nerves there. Playing in some big ball games. But, still plenty of time to try to whittle your way back into this. Could use a big burst from your special teams right here, that's for sure, if you get a chance to return it.
Javari Merrill, number 4, back there as Swisher gets all of that one. That might be good. Hits at the goal line. I would think that Swisher might get some looks at the next level with the leg that he's got. So Taft reeling a bit right now. Turning it over, going 3 and out. Had a special teams bust, fumbled on their first down of the next drive, and
Brennan has been incredibly efficient, scoring I think a 3-play drive, a 2-play drive, and a 1-play drive.
I like that. Get your offense together, huddle up, tell everybody to kind of settle down. Now let's go play some football.
Justice Hurt spins, does Javari Merrill, and he is swallowed alive.
Troy Guyton. It's a big fella right there. Went right through his block and right into the ball carrier. Had multiple Brennan guys playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage right there. And Taft may have to run a pass play here just to call the dogs off.
2nd and 14. And if you're Ricky State, Chuck, how do you keep your team from getting their chins down here?
Well, they're young, so, it's a challenge.
Against the offense. Half the goal. First down.
Well, you had the penalty, so things going from bad to worse. But, again, I think now you just got to take a shot. You got to do something to try to loosen up this Brennan defense, because they are playing with their ears pinned behind their heads.
So it's first down and a mile. They'll run it. Nice job to get outside as Justice Hurt. Gets about half of it back. Gain of about 14 yards.
That was a really nice play right there. Got everybody blocking down towards the left, and Justice kind of used his feet to get outside and then scramble upfield for a very nice gain.
That'll set up 2nd down and 8 for the Raiders. Still haven't seen him hand it to Diego Martinez tonight. Their senior running back has 264 yards on the year. They like him a lot. Haven't had that many snaps. Hurt rolls, now fires, and that ball is caught in traffic. Impossible throw, but he threaded the needle, and Clay Porter, a sophomore, made the catch. Good for a Mammoth Contracting first down.
Yeah, great play and a great play design. See that? They had guys pulling out to try to block it up, and even with his arm hit, somehow manages to thread the needle. Nice play.
Quadruple coverage there, and it was Porter who came out with it. So that's got to give the Raiders a little bit of confidence. Now they'll throw it to Martinez. Diego Martinez pops it. Diego Martinez to the 30. Finally run down. Tyler Turner ran him down, but a big play for the Taft Raiders, just what they needed.
Really good job of playing chess up front with their offensive line. They're bunched up, and Diego doesn't need much of a crease, although that's a pretty darn big one right there, but you could see why they like to rely on this young man. 3-year starter, bruiser and quick, and a huge play for Taft.
So it's a Mammoth Contracting first down. They'll pitch it to him again. He cuts it back, gets to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Good pursuit by the Raider defense. Donovan Drayton, the all-district safety, coming up to make the tackle.
Yeah, Dominic Velasquez in there as well, but there you see the stats on Diego Martinez. They trust this young man with everything that they're doing on the offense. Just one of those guys. Cerebral ball player too. And this is what they like to do. Run the ball, ground and pound, and try to move and maneuver those offensive linemen just to give their guy a little bit of a shot.
Jackson comes in motion. Hurt keeps it, had the option to pitch it to him. Instead, he picks up about 4 more on his own. That'll set up 3rd down. And down 21-0 here. Taft really wants to convert this 3rd down and keep the chains moving, have a chance to score a touchdown.
Yeah, good job by Justice Hurt that time. I mean, he saw that the defender was crashing, tucked it, and got a pretty nice gain out of it.
It's got James Criswell to the right. They bring Jackson in motion. Hurt fakes it to Jackson, now keeps. Gets out of trouble, gets close to the stick. We'll see where they spot it. He might have another Mammoth Contracting first down.
Yeah, what a great individual effort that was by Justice Hurt. He was a dead duck in the backfield, and then look at the little okey doke he gave him right there. Couple of them.
And they will move the sticks. And it will be a first down for the Raiders. They keep the drive alive. And they move inside the Central Med red zone here. Ball's going to be spotted right at the 12-yard line. Hurt looking left. Now scrambles. He's got some confidence doing that. He's had some nice runs, but he doesn't get much. In fact, he loses a few. As the the Brennan defense closed quickly. Take a look at our Beluga player profile. Alio Orozco got a 3.3 GPA. He was all-district last year, honorable mention. He's been a 2-year starter. Going to study psychology in college. He's already made a couple big plays here tonight. 31 tackles on the year, 11 for loss. Hurt looks left. Now he's pressured, throws a little middle screen, completes it to the 10, to the 5, and out of bounds at about the 3-yard line is Isaac Jackson.
How about that? Another great play design. You know, Brennan really actually saw this coming, but Taft has just got enough guys in the right spots, and then get your playmaker a chance to make a play. That's exactly what he does. Good job by Taft.
They'll spot it at the 4. It'll be third down and 2 from the 4-yard line as Hurt gets the play call from the bench. He's got Martinez behind him. Remember, Martinez had the big run to get him down here, and he's their most trusted ball carrier. They fumble it on the exchange, and they turn it over. And it's our guy Orozco. Our Beluga player profile is right place, right time, and it's just a missed handoff on the exchange between Hurt and Martinez.
Well, they call him Eli, but this defensive line as a whole, Brennan really feels like this is the absolute strength of their ball club, and have a little problem with the Tucker pull, and you put it on the ground, and that is never going to be a good sign with as active as this Brennan D line can be.
Kind of a 2020 night so far for Taft. Almost had a successful drive as DuBose keeps. And the Taft defense does a good job staying at home and limiting the gain to just a couple.
Yeah, outstanding job that time. DuBose has kind of gotten off here early, and man, I'll tell you what, I had a chance to see 90 on the field before the game. Derek Degalado. That's another guy, it looks like, can really step up and play against anybody. Monster type.
Second down and 8. They fake the jet sweep. And good pursuit by Taft as they drop DuBose for a big loss. And right on cue, it's Degalado.
Had a bunch of help there too. A lot of Taft guys. We know that this is the strength of the Taft team, their defense, and very active on this possession, knowing that Brennan is backed up. They're starting to bring a little bit more of the heat. And also getting in some pressure there was Ben Martinez, just a sophomore. He's been in on a couple plays so far in this series.
Luis Miranda, big number 90, right there as well. So now it's the Bears who are behind the chains. Third down and 13 for Ashton DuBose. Looking over the middle, fires, and that ball was almost intercepted. Garrick Williams right there. He almost had himself a pick six.
And he was just reading the quarterback's eyes on that one, playing a little center field, and almost made a huge play for Taft. But what a great job defensively by these Raiders. You know, nothing going their way to this point. They're back out on the field quickly, and man, just a great job stepping in front of that. But if nothing else, he gets the PBU.
And Taft will flip the field, it appears. And we've got a stop in the action. Timeout Taft. And we're back in 15 seconds.
San Antonio International is the first and only airport to use the Light Strike robot, which is proven to destroy hard-to-kill viruses, to include the virus that causes COVID-19, providing the highest level of cleanliness so you can fly easier, fly safer, and fly confident.
So Taft did not get points out of that very successful drive. They turned it over after a mishandled snap, but they do get a 3 and out and have a chance to get the football back with very good field position here as the first quarter winds down. Great to see both bands out here tonight. You'll hear them at halftime on our America's Diamond halftime show.
Yeah, and easily I think our best crowd of the season so far in terms of number of folks that came out to watch it.
Plumbing Today band cam. Big crowd on the Brennan side for sure. It's homecoming, and Taft's got a great showing as well. Little swing and gate formation here. As Swisher will handle the punting duties as well.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of stuff from the Brennan Bears on special teams. This is one of the parts of the game that they really like to take advantage of, and they're really good at it.
Swisher gets the punt off. It'll be fielded at the 40. There's a flag down. Breaking a tackle and getting to the 33-yard line is Matthew Rodriguez, but there is a marker down back at about the 5-yard line. Our officiating crew tonight, referee is David Maxwell. The umpire is Austin Wright. Mike Reinert is the head linesman. The line judge is Howard Green. The field judge is James Ogren. The side judge is Kyle Fucher.
Blocking below the waist on the kicking team. That penalty will be half the distance from the end of the return. First down, Taft.
And the back judge is Blake Fincher. And that's a big penalty. That'll give the Raiders even better field position as they'll tack on 15 and put this ball right at about the 14-yard line.
I just can't say enough about the job that the Taft defense did on that last series. I mean, every chance to hang your head with the way things have gone so far in this first quarter. They did not, and looky here, that turnover didn't really do much of anything except give Taft a couple more minutes fewer to work with.
They run a little sweep over here to the near side, cutting and spinning to the 5 and staying on his feet. Isaac Jackson with another nice play. He got him down there before, and Isaac Jackson does it again.
Well, the offensive line for Taft is one of the strengths of their football team. There's no secret about that. And this team rushed for almost 350 yards on the ground last week. So, again, you can't win the football game right now, but you can certainly lose it. So you get a chance to stick this one in right here and make this game a little more close after all.
They'll pitch it to Martinez. He cuts it back inside. Now tries to come all the way around. Martinez scores! Touchdown, Taft Raiders!
Like trying to tackle a bowling ball. It looked like they had him all kinds of bottled up, but no sirree. Look at this. Let's go right. There's nothing there, and I got 3 guys in the backfield, and grease lightning to the house.
Great job of shedding that tackler. And that'll bring on Jordan Peroni to kick the extra point. And the Raiders have new life. That turnover down there could have been a killer, but the defense came through. They got the ball back and made quick work on the drive. Peroni's extra point low, but it's good. And Taft is on the board.
Nice complimentary football by the Raiders. You get a stop on defense and then making it count when you flip the field in the field position game. And look at everybody blocking down towards the right side, and this really had no business going to the house. What a fantastic run by young Diego Martinez.
Hey, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio is going to give us that $5,000 band grant to one band that's on TNL this year. It's all based on your votes. We're going to see both bands tonight. Band 25 to 44332 is Taft. Or if you like the Brennan Bears, text band 26 to 44332 for Brennan. The $5,000 band grant made possible by the fine folks at the Children's Hospital of San Antonio.
pretty good beats in the house tonight, too, with both bands.
It just feels like a Friday night. Feels like high school football when the bands are both here in the stands playing throughout the game. We missed some of that atmosphere this year with limited attendance and COVID-19. Peroni's kick is a squibber. It'll be handled at the 21 and across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, and that's where Ashton DeBose and the Brennan Bear offense will set up 21-7 as we tick down towards the end of the first quarter with 1:49 left to play.
Big play there by Amir Phillips to come just out of nowhere, shoot through there and make the special teams play. And the guy's already made a name for himself on special teams tonight with his ability to field errant punts. Good hustle play.
Justino Escobar will be the running back behind DeBose. He's got two receivers to his right, including Avron Carter. He'll hand it off to Escobar, and it's maybe about 2. Taft defense stays at home. Very impressive with the big guys up front for Taft. Diego Yaddo and Miranda.
Yeah, Don, I mean, I think can't be stated enough. I mean, these guys have held people under their season average every single game. So, I mean, there's a reason why they put themselves in a position to be in the playoff conversation.
DeBose looking over the middle, throws it high, and it's complete. Great catch by Aaron DeBose, the junior.
That's his twin brother. So, you know, they've done this a couple of times in the backyard, but just impressed with quarterback DuBose and his patience. Blitz coming, you'd never know it.
Escobar cuts it outside, picks up about 3 more.
I get the feeling we're going to be talking about these twins for a long time around here. It'll be one of those tandems that we talk about. It's like, geez, these guys still have eligibility? Because we're talking about them so much week to week every year.
And they're playing another freshman here. Jason Love's in at tailback right now, number 36. And again, Baser loves to grow guys up with playing experience if they've got that special talent. And Love will get a shot here. He'll get the carry, get it right up the middle, and he gets a first down. That's a freshman, Jason Love.
Well, nothing wrong with that burst. You can see why Baser's got him in there. 9th grade running backs. Reminds us of the young man that's running the ball at Texas State. Same kind of thing. But Baser's got a philosophy, Don, about, you know, trying to integrate younger guys. We talked about what he did with DuBose last year. He feels like if you've played 6 or 7 ball games during the course of the year, that next year you're essentially getting a guy who might be a freshman or a sophomore or a junior, but really that guy is now a sophomore, junior, or a senior based on experience.
Game is played. Brennan up 21-7. That's the end of the first quarter. We're back with much more next.
Welcome back to TNL Friday edition here on the CW. And boy, after a raucous first quarter by Brennan, they got a 21-0 lead. Let's see DeBose with an early touchdown, running it and then throwing it. Taft having a hard time maintaining possession in that first quarter, turning it over, and man, was Brennan very opportunistic in this ball game. Avron Carter, the sophomore, got a touchdown, but then Taft settled down, got a couple of stops on defense, and Diego taking it to the hizzy. Oh, got a little flea flicker action on Harris.
Going deep, got him. But it's complete. What a play, what a throw.
Caleb McGarry getting some time outside as well. Here we go. Look at that. He was one of the pitch guys and then just ran a wheel down the sideline. Somehow able to find the football in the air, catch it, and make sure his feet were in bounds.
Just an amazing play by both McGarry And DeBose inside the Central Med red zone. A new set of downs. It's a Mammoth first down. Handed up inside to Escobar, who gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. Brennan really keeps you on your toes with the pace that they run their offense.
And this guy making the running back position look pretty darn easy considering he was a linebacker last year. So he had some injuries and stuck him back there, and he's been equal to the task.
Diamond trip formation to the left. They swing it out there to Lard. Lard gets across the 5 to the 4-yard line. That's Jaheim Lard, another young guy, a junior. You start looking at this too deep for the Brennan Bears offense, and you got a bunch of guys coming back.
Steve Baser said this week that Brennan's got 6 receivers, and they feel comfortable throwing to any of them. That is quite a wealth of talent that he's running out on the football field each and every week.
Same formation. DeBose will keep. DeBose will fight for the goal line. Did he get there? No signal yet. And they're going to mark him down just shy inside the 1-yard line. Right at it.
See his head, see his eyes. He's looking exactly what the defense was doing.
Escobar crashes in for the touchdown. And Brennan scores again here early in the second.
Justino Escobar plowing it in. Little dive play, making it look easy. Linebacker stuck in a running back's body, but yeah, this young man, such a great team leader, team captain, doing it all here for the Bears in the first half.
Swisher. True again. He's been Mr. Perfect, and it is 28-7. Brennan all over Taft here early in the second quarter. Welcome back. You're looking at our air conditioning service company, Smile Cam. You know, Chuck, in our day, the big thing accessory on Friday nights was either the mum or the boutonniere. In these days of COVID, it's the coronavirus custom mask.
See, everybody doing a great job pivoting through all this, right? Make the most out of the situation. You gotta like it. Well, that Brennan drive obviously set up by the flea flicker. So something else for the Taft defense to have to look at here tonight.
Swisher's kick again gets into the end zone and through. Taft has to be a little more encouraged with the way they ran their operation on their last drive. Built some confidence for their quarterback, Justice Hurt. We still haven't seen their other quarterback, Zamarian Malvern. And it's Hurt who runs back out there for this series, and why not? He was very impressive on the last drive, showed off his wheels a couple of different times, and he's also got Diego Martinez back there with him.
Yeah, Coach State said he's going to need both of these quarterbacks if this team's going to be successful.
Criswell and Merrill split out. They run Jackson in motion. Hurt will keep, and it's another really good gain for a first down play. Picks up about 6 or 7. Does the junior quarterback, Justice Hurt.
Yeah, and as we talked about on our pregame show, you know, it's always kind of good if you're Taft, if you can run behind a big guy like Kyle Wente, 75, but John Jackson, Luis Macias, those guys doing a good job too. I mean, again, you just get a chance to square up the man in front of you, give your quarterback or the ball carrier just a glimmer of light to try to pick a hole and pick up some yardage. I mean, that was a very sneaky 6 yards on first down.
Bring a man in motion. Hurt's running for his life, and he's dropped for a loss. Elia Williams, the junior captain, all district last year as a sophomore, got back there, got 25 tackles on the year.
And he had some help, man. There were a couple of guys off that Brennan defensive line and just shot through their gaps and disrupted that play from the very beginning. There just wasn't a whole lot of place for the QB to go on that one.
So that'll make it 3rd down and 8 as Williams moves to the right side, or Martinez rather. This is a called run for Hurd again. He's got some blocking, gets to the outside, going nowhere as the Bears swarm him right there. And that'll set up 4th down, and the Raiders will have to punt it away.
Good job there all around by that Brennan defense. Caleb McGarity and some of his friends stringing out that run before help could arrive. Mateen as well. And these Brennan guys, just a lot of size, a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, and add the coaching on top of it, and you got yourself quite the defense.
McGarity and Turner will drop back to receive the punt from the Raiders. Amir Phillips doing the punting honors. Another high snap. He fields that one, gets it off, and it was either tipped or is just shanked, but it takes a bounce at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I wasn't able to see
4-yard line.
If Tyler Turner was able to get a hand on that, but again, I mean, there was the high snap, so Amir had to go find the football first, and by that time, Tyler Turner was in his face, the young sophomore from Brennan.
He was pressured quickly, so the Bears will have great field position at the 34-yard line.
And you're seeing how important special teams are in the middle of a football game. I mean, if you can take advantage of that, a lot of things start to open up for you as a football team.
It's a South Texas Votech 1st down. They run McGarity to the inside. McGarity to this side, rather. Playing both ways.
And Jude Villarreal, just a sophomore himself, number 88, doing a great job in space against a fantastic athlete. Jude, young defensive lineman for Taft, really holding his own on that one.
So they'll split Spells out to the right-hand side. He's in the slot. DeBose fires back this way to the 30, to the 20, and down to the 15-yard line is Avron Carter. Again, he's just a sophomore, and these two are going to be playing together for another 2 years.
Just a simple little screen. Takes it in the middle, then busts it back outside, and then hot pursuit by the Taft defense there to knock him out of bounds.
South Texas Votech 1st down. Escobar has it. Takes on one tackler, bounces off, and gets near the 10-yard line. Justino Escobar showing off his toughness that we heard about earlier.
Yeah, and Ben Martinez, the sophomore linebacker from Taft. How many times have we called his name tonight?
DeBoe's got Taft to jump. Now he settles him down. 2 receivers to the left. Here on 2nd down and about 5. Play clock still at 10. Got some time. He's got his brother on the other side. Instead they run the sweep this way to Spells. And Spells is dropped as Taft's defense had very nice pursuit. And the big fella, Derek DeGollado, got all the way down the line to get in on the tackle.
And he's had a fantastic game already, too. Called his name a couple of times. Look at the body size. Big fella. These guys, as a line, Don, they get after. I mean, they've held people below their average. I mean, held Harlan to 7, Warren to 14, O'Connor to 17, as we said. One of those games, or one of those touchdowns, I should say, wasn't allowed by the defense. So they've been really tough in terms of allowing points this year.
Lard at the bottom of your screen. DeBoe's looking his way the entire time. Now decides to scramble, looking back to the right. Had a man open, but look at the move. They're going to mark him short, but you saw Ashton DeBose. He had Escobar pop free, but instead decided to keep, and boy, does he make a good decision here.
Who was your favorite basketball player as a kid, Don Harris?
Depends on what George Gervin.
I was going to say George Gervin, right? Like, you never thought that George was moving fast till he kicked you behind like that. I mean, this guy just sees the field so easily, and he just doesn't panic. And when he's decides to tuck it and run a touchdown, he can do that too.
DuBose goes in for a 1-yard touchdown, making it 34-7, showing off some strength as well.
Just getting behind his center and plowing. Paved the road, young man.
Jonathan Swisher on to attempt the extra point. We have a pre-snap whistle. Jonathan Swisher.
False start on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Retry on time down.
As automatic as you can get. All-district kicker from a year ago.
Yeah, looks the part, right? Everything's super smooth coming off his foot.
The distance that he's getting on kickoffs is as good as you'll see in the college level. And another one is right down the middle as Ashton DuBose taking over this ball game, doing it all, not getting them to the doorstep and then taking them across the threshold. It's 35-7. Brennan here at Gustafson Stadium. Welcome back. You're checking out the Orange Theory Fitness Band Cam as the Brennan Band warms up. Tenor saxophones, flutes, getting ready for our America's Diamond halftime show. We'll hear from the Taft Raider Band as well. I like it when they all get all dressed up in the traditional band uniforms.
That's a good look.
See Swisher again kicking. That one's a little lower. It's still got great velocity and 4 yards deep again. It's where it first hits the ground. Jonathan Swisher. Tell you what, if you got scouts out here checking out Ashton DuBose, they may decide, hey, this kid's worth a walk-on spot at some level. He can really kick the football. A handful of field goals this year. He said he was an all-district kicker last year as a junior.
Taft's going to spread it out a little bit.
Hurt's still in there at quarterback. Makes a nice move, and then he's clobbered after a gain of about 1.
Malik Tolbert, another sophomore, in on the play. Got some help from Dominic Velasquez, the senior. Yeah, we've got a lot of young guys. Seems like that's been the theme every week, right? Oh, pitch back.
Double pass. Going deep. Had him open. Caught across the 30 to the 20. Cutting back.
Oh.
Isaac Jackson. Drilled. Ball came out. Is it live? It's a turnover coming back this way.
What a play all the way around.
Unbelievable hustle to make the stop. And then Julian Aves comes up with the recovery. Jackson made an amazing play with the cutback, but never giving up on the play was the Brennan defense, and there was a wicked collision on the cutback.
Oh,
coming out of nowhere was Dominic Velasquez.
Well, I think you got your collision of the ball game. Oh, mercy.
Ball was loose, recovered by Aves. We've got 2 flags down.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to call for blindside hit. I mean, I don't have any idea how Isaac Jackson even got up.
Blocking below the waist against Brennan. That penalty being enforced half the distance from the spot of the foul. First down, Brennan.
And then Clay Porter, that was a heck of a throw. I mean, just all kinds of, that was an amazing play all the way around, right?
Great throw,
Isaac Jackson making some great moves. Obviously didn't see 25 coming from behind.
That's just hustle. That's that Jeff Heath, Manu Ginobili motor play that guys just have that in them. Never going to give up on it, and what a collision.
Yeah, I mean, because if he doesn't, I mean, Isaac Jackson threw enough moves on that to score.
And he might have. Instead, DuBose has the ball back. He's going to look for a knockout punch. Wants to go deep, throws it underneath instead, and it was almost intercepted. Good coverage there by the Taft defense.
And our man, Amir Phillips, seeing what he can do on special teams, making a play at his linebacker spot right there. Again, just reading the quarterback. But again, isn't it impressive watching Ashton DuBose play quarterback? I mean, he's just got an unbelievable pocket poise for a kid his age.
Zone read keeper for DuBose here, and look out. DuBose, let's see what kind of speed he's got. He's not going to run everybody, and so he'll just duck out of bounds, and they'll add 15 to it too. And now a little fracas on the sidelines. DuBose not happy about the late hit. Not sure I saw a flag. One should have been thrown, that's for sure.
Yeah, there was one that came in right after the late hit. Now we'll see if there's additional yardage to be assessed.
You're right, Chuck. We talked about it in the break, too. The ease of which DuBose runs the football and runs everything.
After the play was over, late hit, personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the defense. 15 yards, first down.
So they'll add 15 to it, but again, he's a smart kid. He's just not going to try to make anything extra happen. Gets hit late, and then there's verbiage as well between Demetrius Hicks and DuBose.
You know, it's just not common, right? I mean, you don't see a lot of quarterbacks that play with this kind of poise and style in many places, much less a young man who's just a sophomore.
He comes out of the ball game. New quarterback comes in, and Delbert Murray's out of the ball game tonight. He's been the backup quarterback. So instead they bring in Xavier Salas, and he'll take some snaps here, just one, and DuBose comes back in.
Well, they saw what this young man could do even when he was in middle school. So there was a plan in place very early on that Ashton DuBose was going to be the guy once he got to high school.
Well, he's that guy. He throws it deep. He's got his man caught. Touchdown, Jalen Spells. And he makes it look easy. Both Spells and DuBose. And that's got to be a little extra sweet for DuBose after taking that late hit and a little trash talk exchange with Demetrius Hicks.
And say hello to the end zone for the 10th time this year, Jalen Spells, the second of the night. Again, battled the injury bug last year, has been a little beat up this year too, but you'd never know with the way the guy's pounding the stat board.
Swisher punches the 56-degree wedge right through. 42-7 Brennan, and we still got 3 minutes to go here in the first half. And we're back in 15 seconds.
San Antonio International is the first and only airport to use the Light Strike robot, which is proven to destroy hard-to-kill viruses, to include the virus that causes COVID-19, providing the highest level of cleanliness so you can fly easier, fly safer, and fly confident.
Jalen Spells on the sidelines. We told you pregame just how good he is. Proving it again here tonight.
Yeah, Don, you know, the kind of guy that he could take the short pass and take it to the house, or he can beat you over the top. But, I mean, there is no question in anybody's minds that Jalen Spells is one of the most dynamic talents at wide receiver we've got in the entire area. He's another guy, just super fluid and sees the field really, really well.
Ball will be fair caught by Julio Sanchez. And the Brennan Bears, the class of District 29 6A, a couple weeks ago, they had a surprising loss to Warren, surprising to them. They had a lot of turnovers, and they bounced back last week, kind of wanting to prove that was just kind of a fluke. And boy, they have proved that here tonight. We came into this ball game thinking we were going to get a very evenly matched football game, but Brennan on homecoming had other ideas, and we are seeing the entire package, offense, defense, and special teams from them here tonight. McGarity trying to track down the ball carrier, coming wide, and dropped for a huge loss again is the Taft offense and Julio Sanchez. That's that sophomore, Malik Tolbert, joining McGarity for the big loss, and Ricky Stade wants to talk it over.
I'll tell you what, I'm just super impressed individually, and I know that play didn't go anywhere, but how about the fight in Julio Sanchez right there? Wide receiver taking that ball, trying to make a play. I mean, took a shot behind the line of scrimmage and runs 50 yards back the other way trying to make something happen. I mean, just a lot of fight in these Raiders tonight, even though things have not gone their way.
There was something about that play, though, Ricky Stade didn't like as we take a look at our Beluga Air player profile. Matt Rodriguez, the senior, defensive back. Chucky's one of your guys, 2-year starter in the outfield.
I had a note on that, too.
3-year starter in football. You're going to need him later. Save all the notes for the fourth quarter.
How about that? Double dipping. A little football here in the fall, a little baseball in the spring. Nothing wrong with that.
3-year starter on football, 2 years in baseball. And Coach Ricky Stade wanting to get his team settled down and stay focused, not playing to the scoreboard, but playing for the next snap. As the wheels have come off a little bit here in the second quarter.
Coach Goins doing a fine job with that Taft baseball program over the years.
Inside handoff. Diego Martinez picks up about 2. And now we've got another stoppage. And Brennan calls timeout with 2:36 to go back. And Brennan may want to get the football back. It's 3rd and 21. As we take a look at the TNL top 10, these Brennan Bears ranked 4th behind Johnson, Reagan, and Judson, Smithson Valley. And the Judson was supposed to be the 3-5 matchup here tonight, but that was postponed because of COVID. Steeles moved back up into 6. Bernie Champion dropped after their loss to Alamo Heights down to 7. And then we've seen Memorial this year, and very impressed with the Minutemen over their win over Sam Houston. Alan Hernandez is Mr. Everything for the Minutemen, playing DB and wide receiver, and he's going to be playing our San Antonio Sports All-Star game, and well-deserving.
Yeah, that must have been a heck of a ball game last night. Brock rallying in the second half to win by a point.
Some good athletes at Brack as well.
That's a great run on 3rd down.
Justice Hurt picking up half of it, and Baser will burn another timeout as his team will get the ball back with about more than 2 minutes left here in the first half.
Well, obviously trying to burn timeout so we can get an extra possession here before the half, but man, everything has gone his squad's way tonight. He got stopped a couple of times on offense, but you know, we talked about it going in. I mean, when Taft has won their football games, they've been very protective of the ball. They have not done that very well tonight here in the first half, and the scoreboard's obviously reflecting it. So, you know, chance to punt this ball away, get your defense back on the field, and see if they can't make something happen here, and at least, if nothing else, try to get a stop before the half.
Yeah, you've got to punt the football here.
Oh, no question.
He had his offense back out there. Now they changed their mind. There's no way you want to give that field position up with 2:30 to go. Already down 42-7. So Phillips will be out there to punt it away. Although they have struggled to even just get the snap back there. And that's another one off the side of his foot. It's going to be a net of about 10 yards. Maybe 12, and now whistles blow. 2 flags fly.
Tyler Turner almost got back there to block it. He's been back there a couple of times tonight wreaking havoc.
Crew done a good job tonight. David Maxwell's crew.
After the play was over, personal foul on the kicking team. 15 yards from the dead ball spot. First down, Brennan.
So that'll give Brennan another possession, knocking on the door of the red zone. And next week we're going to have another one in this district. Harlan and Holmes on Thursday Night Lights. Both of these schools with rich traditions. Holmes goes way back, and Harlan's is a new tradition, a new school, but they've had a lot of success early. Came out of the gate in their first couple of years, going to the playoffs as a brand new school, and I think the best color scheme and uniforms in the city, but the uniforms won't speak till the second half. Little bubble middle screen. Escobar's got it at the 20, cuts it outside, and takes a shot right there at the 16, going down with 2:14 left.
Santiago Molina, senior DB, tracking him down, making a tackle on that play. Trying to bow up here with 2:03 and counting.
3 receivers to the left. DeBose has his twin, Aaron, at the bottom of your screen, and Jalen Spells in the slot. He's looking for one of them. He throws it over the middle, and that's picked off in the end zone. Spells, and there was confusion between Spells and Aaron DeBose, and Ashton threw it right between the two of them.
Jose Hernandez making a play right here. Look at this. Cut off the route, got inside. Obviously miscommunication on the back end. And 15 making a play.
And you saw Ashton, while the ball was still halfway there, he was gesturing as if he knew that there was some confusion on the route. But a nice play by the DB there. Avoids another score before the half, and now with all their timeouts burned out, Taft now knows they can run the clock out here at the 2 minutes to go here and at least get into the locker room without giving up 48 or 49 before halftime.
We'll see how they want to play it here on 2nd and 5. This will tell us a lot, their mindset for the rest of this half.
Seen some pretty aggressive coaching this year. Teams feeling like they got nothing to lose. They'll hand it to Martinez. He's dangerous. He stays in bounds, though, right across the 31. And the play clock will start. That'll be another 40 seconds. And they stop it momentarily for our South Texas Votech first down to move the sticks. It's up and running again.
They're going to have to snap it at least one more time.
15 on the play clock. Snap it with 12. We give it to Martinez. Martinez has a lot of room. Martinez across midfield. And now Taft burns their last time out because all of a sudden they can take a shot or two here.
Yeah, good little blocking up front there. Springing their ball carrier. Where's Diego? He's going down the field for a big chunk.
Diego's had himself quite a ball game tonight, a couple of big-time runs.
Sure has. I mean, you can see why these guys ran the ball so effectively last week. They've run the ball well here tonight, too. It's tough when you turn it over.
So they'll stop it with 21 seconds to go. That's their final timeout, so they won't be able to stop it again. And we'll see what Coach Ricky Stade draws up here to maybe throw some out routes and move that ball down the field, try to get Jordan Peroni in range. We'll take a couple shots at the end zone. We've got Isaac Jackson, the electric wide receiver who was hit from behind on that last big play and fumbled the football, but he's very capable of making a big play. Two receivers to the right-hand side for Hurt. Looks back to the left. Now we'll run it up the middle, fires to the sideline. You've got Diego Martinez, and they blow him out of whistle out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. Hurt did not cross the line of scrimmage. It was close. He didn't throw the flag. It was close, but looks like
that was a great read, too.
Behind the line of scrimmage. He only has to have a little bit behind it, and he was. Three receivers to the right-hand side. Hurt, straight drops, got pressure now. Gets out of that. Now we'll scramble. And on second down, they stop the clock with 2 seconds to go. They'll have one shot at the end zone.
You talk about pocket presence. I mean, this young man's showing off some stuff, too. Justice Hurt sees things coming before they happen. He's eluded a couple of defenders that had wide open shots at him. At least live to see if he can chunk it into the end zone here with 2 seconds left.
He's got Jackson to his left along with Elijah Jelishvili. Jamel Criswell at the bottom of your screen. He's going to set up. There's the horn, running for his life. Got to get rid of it. Throws it into coverage. It's tipped and incomplete, and that'll be the end of the first half. So the Hail Mary goes all for naught. And Brennan takes a 42-7 lead into the break. When we come back, it's our America's Diamond halftime show. Zach Hedrick will have our scholar athletes. We'll hear from the bands and much more. T&L on a Friday night from Gustafson Stadium. It's all Bears at the break.
Welcome to the America's Diamond halftime show.
Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium. It's all Brennan Bears here at the half. 42-7 your halftime score. And as we welcome you into the halftime show, we're going to start you off with the Scholar Athletes and recognizing them this week. We had to move some things around due to some COVID concerns with our game this week. But this week, we're going to be taking a look at our Scholar Athletes from Smithson Valley and Judson High School. Our Scholar Athlete from Smithson Valley High School is Cooper Douglas. The senior defensive back currently has a perfect 4.0 GPA.
My parents also are very supportive. They're both teachers, so they're always helping me through a lot of classwork and stuff.
The two-year football letterman is a National Merit Scholar and also runs on the track team. He plans to try out rugby in the spring.
I have a friend on the football team who played it last year, and he got me into it.
Cooper volunteers his time through his FACT class by mentoring younger students and doing community service projects.
There's a kid in an elementary school who has cancer, so we're trying to raise money to give him like a better fighting chance for his all his treatments and stuff. So we're trying to figure out a way to get that going because we never really had a chance to do it last year.
In his spare time, one of Cooper's main hobbies is learning how to blacksmith with his grandfather.
In our backyard, we built a forge. So it's a big metal shop, wood shop. So just go out there, make whatever I want, really. It's pretty fun.
Cooper plans to become a nurse after getting his diploma and graduating from college.
So I hope to go to Texas A&M in College Station. That's my #1 school.
Our scholar athlete this week from Judson High School is Cameron Lopez. He currently ranks 135th out of a graduating class of nearly 600 with a GPA of 88.89.
In order to play, you got to pass. So, and my parents are always on the butt about it.
Cameron is a multi-year letterman for both baseball and football at Judson. On the diamond, he plays center field and third base. On the gridiron, he splits time at tight end and halfback. You might even see him at outside linebacker.
I can't decide which position I like more, offense or defense, but it's kind of fun just to know that you can help on both sides.
Cameron stays busy at home by taking care of 5 pets, 3 dogs and 2 cats. He also volunteers at local animal shelters.
What made you want to get started doing that?
I don't know, just to help out animals. I don't think animals should be treated wrong.
After graduating from college, Cameron plans to pursue a career in law enforcement.
I'm hoping to go to Texas State because they have a criminal justice program, one of the best I've heard.
Who is Vulcan Materials Company? You see our trucks on roads all over San Antonio and the surrounding area. But what do we do? Well, our story began over 100 years ago, and today we are the nation's largest producer of aggregates. That's stone, sand, and gravel. Plus, we produce construction-based materials including asphalt and ready-mixed concrete, the stuff to build the roads you travel, the schools your kids attend, and the homes you live in. Everywhere you look, you will see our footprint. Our story is one built on the talent, dedication, and performance of our employees. Hardworking San Antonians just like you. Our mission is to be responsible stewards with respect to the safety and environmental impact of our operations and products. In other words, we want to be your good neighbor, doing the right thing, the right way, all the time. The Vulcan way. Who are we? We're the ones helping to build a rock-solid future in San Antonio. Vulcan Materials Company, proud sponsor of Thursday Night Lights and Scholar Athletes.
Watching the America's Diamond halftime show.
Our halftime show rolls on, and taking the field right now, the Brennan Bear Marching Band playing a classic. You can hear it deep in the heart of Texas. And earlier this week, we did catch up with their band director to talk about their season.
My name is Thomas Kober. I'm the director of bands at Brennan High School, and I've been at Brennan High School for about 5 years, and I was at O'Connor High School in Northside previously before that. We're about 300 students strong this year. We've been growing pretty much on an annual basis for the last 5 years. Usually we are a hyper-competitive group. We usually are in contests every week from basically mid-September to November. Well, right about now, actually. And this year, it's been a completely different focus. We're still doing marching band. We're still offering the students the highest level of education that we can. But we have shifted to more of a college football style program, and all I mean by that is we're doing lots of football specific types of marching band. You know, lots of in the stands music, lots of peppy music at halftime that our football fans and the crowd in the stadium enjoy. You know, we are really seeing this more as a community service this year rather than a competitive marching band season. Despite the COVID-19 situation that's ongoing, we have students that are dedicated to this program and here every day and doing everything they can to perpetuate the level of success and the culture of the program that they love so much. And I don't know, it's pretty overwhelming how proud I am of these students. We're on pretty much every social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, and then we also have a website, which is brennanband.org. All of our contact information is there. If you have any questions or you're interested in the program, we're always happy to help and want to make sure that we're providing the best environment we can for our students.
Our thanks to Mr. Kober. They're getting plenty of reps playing the fight song tonight. Now it's time for you to vote if you're a fan of the Brennan Band and you want to get them into the running for this $5,000 band grant scholarship. It's time to get out the phones and vote. If you want to vote for the Brennan Band, text BAND 26 to 44332. That's BAND 26 with no spaces to 44332. Complete texting guidelines. You can find them over at the CW35.com. Once again, we'd like to thank the Children's Hospital of San Antonio for making the $5,000 band grant scholarship possible.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare are shining the light on teams that model key values through their actions. This week, we salute 2 schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. This past summer, the Judson girls cross country team volunteered their time with Project Help SATX, where they packed and served over 200 survivor kids with meals and heartfelt motivational letters for those in need. Also, during the summer, the Pleasanton football team volunteered at the United Methodist Church Food Pantry, where they helped unload trailers of donated food. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of sportsmanship, selfless service, caring, integrity, and respect. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
You're watching the America's Diamond Halftime Show.
Homecoming here at Gustafson Stadium tonight, and the Brennan Bears just announced their homecoming king and queen. And we do have the Taft High School band here tonight. They're in the stands, but because it's homecoming, they're going to be performing after tonight's game. And earlier this week, we also caught up with their band director to see how the season's going.
Greg Mills, and I'm the head band director here at Taft High School. I started teaching here at Taft High School back in 2013. I joined our team as an associate director, and then this is my second year as a head director. Our marching band is optional right now. So as an entirety, our program is about 215 students strong in combination of in-person and online learning. About 70% of our students have chosen to continue and participate with our extracurricular marching band program. So we have about 140 students in total, from our color guard to our brass, woodwinds, our percussion sections, that participate in rehearsals after school. Although we're not doing a UIL program this year, we are doing what we call a fun show. And a fun show is really a collection of pieces of music that both challenge the students musically with the additional visual challenge. So we're still learning and performing drill. We're still learning and memorizing music. And we've got the front percussion instruments, what we call our front ensemble, all the instruments that are too big to march. We've got the marching drums. We've got the flags, our color guard spinning and everything. It's just not, we don't have the time and resources to commit to creating it as a competitive program. I'm incredibly proud, specifically of my senior students. Our seniors last year who graduated, they didn't get to experience their last 3 months of school or so. And so they didn't get the period on the end of their sentence that they rightfully earned. However, this year's seniors are missing out not only on those 3 months of their junior year, but the entirety of what should have been their marching season of their final year. Most of our students are really, really energetic about marching band. And so the fact that our seniors have really approached this year with an energy of, let's leave the program better than we found it. And that's something we've talked about as a team, that we want to have something to come back to. We want to work hard enough this year where we have a future for band. And really, I'm going to be able to thank all of our seniors next year when, assuming things are back to normal, we still have a band program to come back to because of their energy and their efforts. Our homepage is taftraiderband.org, in which you can follow the band and you can see everything that we're up to. But we're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to search for the Raider Band or Taft Raider Band, you'll find us on there for sure. We have a rule as a program that anytime we're doing something, you're going to see it. So anytime that we're at a game, we're having rehearsals, we always post on our social media. So we hope that you can follow us and enjoy what we're doing.
Our thanks to Greg Mills. And once again, it's time to get out the phones and vote. If you're a fan of the Taft Raider Band, text Band 25 to 44332. Again, Band 25 with no spaces to 44332. For complete texting guidelines, head on over to the CW35.com. We'd like to thank the Children's Hospital of San Antonio again for making this $5,000 band grant possible. Stick with us. Don and Chuck get you ready for the second half right after this.
We're back. These are the AHIA highlights as Brennan dominated the first half, up 42-7. Diego Martinez had his own fantastic run to get to the outside and score, but Brennan piled it on more with their star sophomore quarterback doing it on the ground and through the air. Jalen Spells with the touchdown. And as Brennan over Taft 42-7, we're coming back with second half action. Welcome back. The Brennan Bears dominating this football game here at Gustafson Stadium tonight on a special Friday night edition of Thursday Night Lights. Taking on the Taft Raiders, who will regroup and come out here and have a better showing in the second half. Coach Ricky Stade and his crew do a great job with the Raiders. They've just run into a juggernaut tonight in Brennan, who's got it all going. Offense, defense, and special teams, including this young man, Jonathan Swisher, who has put all of his kickoffs into the end zone on the fly, no matter which way the wind is going, both directions. And he's been perfect with his PATs. This kid can really kick the football.
Really can. I'm curious to see what we see from the Raiders here in the second half because, and I'm 100% behind what Ricky Stade is doing with the entire operation here. They're on the come up for sure.
It's our RNL certified second half kickoff. This one 3 yards deep on the fly for Swisher. And the Raiders will have it to start the third quarter, down 42-7, and they will again go with Justice Hurt. He turns and goes back to the bench. And we're coming out on the field, we told you we'd see him, is Zamarian Malvern. He's the senior quarterback. He wears number 8. And so he will get a look at this offense here to start the second half. Again, they've split time this year. Numbers are similar. In fact, Malvern has attempted twice as many passes. He throws it to the outside. That's tipped up into the air and incomplete, as Isaac Jackson was the intended receiver and wasn't quite looking for it that fast.
Well, we saw how explosive Isaac Jackson can be when he gets some space. So probably not a bad place to start your second half. Get it to one of your playmakers if you can.
Malvern, 31 of 64 on the year, 2 touchdown passes. He's also got 1 rushing. He's got second down and 10 here. Got Jackson to his left, fires out there, same play. This time they complete it. Jackson's bottled up and takes a beating by a couple of Brennan Bears up front.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this young man's toughness tonight. He's taken some wicked shots, but he's been equal to the task all night long. Looking for a place to go. There's just too many Brennan Bears there to bottle him up.
Troy Guyton has really popped tonight, number 97 up front on that Brennan defensive line. He's had a number of big plays as Taft will try to keep the possession alive on 3rd down and 5. Malvern wanted to throw the out. Now he's buying himself some time. Now he's scrambling, and he'll run it and get out of bounds. Lose about 5, and that'll set up 4th down, and the Raiders will have to punt it away.
A good job by Brennan's defense. A little bit different look here from the Taft offense to start the second half, and did a really good job there. Stopped him on 1st down with the incomplete. And then a couple plays later, the punting unit's on for Taft.
Amir Phillips will punt it deep to Caleb McGarity, and Tyler Turner stand at about the 45-yard line. Gets off his best kick of the night by far. That'll be taken by Turner at the 45. Turner dances, and he's brought down after only about a 2-yard return, and we're back in 15 seconds.
San Antonio International is the first and only airport to use the Light Strike robot, which is proven to destroy hard-to-kill viruses, to include the virus that causes COVID-19, providing the highest level of cleanliness so you can fly easier, fly safer, and fly confident.
So the Brennan Bears have it for the first time in the second half, led by their spectacular sophomore quarterback, Ashton DuBose. He's got Justino Escobar, running back there with him. He brings a man in motion. That's Avon Carter. He's tripped up. Good play by the defense of Taft, including Demetrius Hicks. The cornerback got back there to make the tackle. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10. DuBose splits out his twin brother Aaron to the outside, to the bottom of your screen. Now he keeps it to the outside. DuBose gives a stiff arm, and he's pulled down. He's already had a few words with Demetrius Hicks. He picks up a Mammoth Contracting first down, and he just makes it look easy, Chuck, the way he runs the football. As we take a look at one of our Beluga player profiles. Big fella up front, Daniel Ortiz. He's the big left tackle. He's an all-district performer as Escobar dives forward for about 3. Ortiz is a captain, and he is a senior leader up there, and he is mentoring the guy next to him, Gabriel Owen, number 74. The junior guard is going to be a very special player.
How about Ortiz, though? 6'4", 280, and been a starter since he's a sophomore.
Got a couple of all-district players returning on this offense, including...
Full start on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still down.
Escobar, the running back, and the kicker, Swisher. So that'll back him up.
Yeah, Gabe Owen had an injury situation last year that he's bouncing back from, but man, these guys are really talented, aren't they? On this Brennan offensive line, and Palominos and Astiguin over on the right side. A lot of beef up there for sure.
Spells is at the top of your screen. He's the electric wide receiver. Looks his way, fires the out route, and it's caught. And now it's incomplete, as that one was dropped by Avon Carter. So Carter's a special player. The quarterback is also a sophomore. He's a special player. You got his brother starting as a sophomore. And you've got Owen up front, who they think is going to be one of the best offensive linemen in the history of the school.
And Carter had a long touchdown against Stevens. We talked about Lard, too. They just stack them and rack them over here at Brennan, but there's a plan in place for all these young guys, and the plan starts when they're in middle school.
Back to pass. Firing over the middle. It's got Spells. Spells is going to score. Touchdown, Brennan Bears. Another dart by Ashton DuBose, and Spells takes it the rest of the way on 3rd and 12.
Brennan's spelling touchdown, S-P-E-L-L-S. This guy's so fluid. I mean, between the quarterback play and the wide receiver play on this team, man, it is really, really fluid. These guys making it look awfully easy here tonight.
Good hold by Jesus Mendoza to get that one on the tee. And the extra point is good, but there is a flag down. Looks like it's going to go against Taft, and see what Baser wants to do here.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 12 men on the field. That penalty is declined. The try is good.
They'll take it. It's 49-7 Brennan, as Ashton DuBose throws another strike, this time to Jalen Spells.
Closed captioning for today's game is sponsored by Texas Water Advisor.
It's our Guild Mortgage Smile Cam. Abby is smiling underneath that custom mask. The Brennan Bears in total control here tonight. 49-7 with 9:14 to go here. And now I'm just watching Swisher kick just for fun, just to see if he can make it 10 for 10 or whatever he's going to be, in carrying the goal line on the fly. See if he does it again. Puts his foot into it. That was a little shorter. Bounces at the 4 and out of bounds at the 2, and that's the first time that it's happened tonight. Well, maybe the wind kicked up, who knows?
Yeah, really heady play there by Julio Sanchez, too. I mean, stayed with that football until it went out of bounds. Not an easy read sometimes when you got those gunners flying down in your face.
So
ball will be placed at the 30-yard line. First down, Taft.
Malvern wasn't able to move the Taft offense that first drive that he had a shot at it, but he seemed confident as well. A senior.
Yeah, made a couple nice throws there on that drive.
Sure did. He's had a lot of playing time over his career. And they split it about 50-50 this year between him and Justice Hurt. Didn't see him in the first half, but we see him here tonight. He keeps called quarterback run all the way here. He's got about 5 yards on first down. That ball came out. Taft falls on top of it, so they'll keep possession.
Good hustle, John Jackson staying in the play. Just a sophomore and never gave up.
That was the kind of play that killed him in the first half. You think what kind of different kind of game we'd have if there was just 1 or 2 recoveries like that in the first half instead of the turnovers that they had as they got down 21-0 before the game had ever really even started going. Got a new back in for Taft. That's TJ Andrews. He's just a sophomore, and they're getting him some reps here tonight.
Dominic Velasquez has been busy tonight, finding the ball carrier for sure. This Brennan defense, what are they averaging, 9 points a game allowed? It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they do not give up many points, and when they do, it was their offense that gave it up on turnovers. They had 5 turnovers in their loss to Warren. Still only gave up 20 points, but I believe it was, 2 touchdowns given up by the defense over the last few games. They've only gave up 6 points to Jay, 7 to Holmes, 14 to Reagan. They shut out Stevens, and they beat O'Connor 30-7. And David Molesky's always got a great program over there at O'Connor. When you can hold the Panthers to 7 points,
how about that bully ball?
Crunching ahead for a Mammoth Contracting first down is the youngster Andrews.
And that was mighty impressive, with the emphasis on mighty. There's nowhere to go with a football, so he's going to take the whole rugby scrum and man, what an effort.
Great effort by young TJ Andrews, and it's one of those kind of games where when you're down on the scoreboard, you can still grow guys up for the future as they hand it to him again. He's anxious to get a shot at it.
Tell you what, just a sophomore, but you can see running with a purpose, and after contact, falling forward for a couple more yards every time he touches it.
Yeah, and you can tell, too, with his physique that he does not look like a sophomore out there. Tall, rangy.
And he's going to get a lot of attitudes in that film room when they all look at this tape. Again, we talked about the strength of this Taft team being up front with Wente, Jackson, Macias, Jacobs, and Guzman.
And the big left tackle jump
on the offense. 5 yards the previous spot. Get down. And
so the false starter back him up. Big Kyle Wente jumped. Just take a look at our Plumbing Today band cam. Great performances, by the way, from both bands here. They celebrated the military and had some a homecoming performance worthy of homecoming tonight by that Brennan band. They fake it to Andrews. Malvern goes deep, takes a shot after he throws it, and just overthrew Jackson. And boy, did he take a big hit right as he let go of it.
Yeah, Zamarian doing a really good job in the pocket, standing tall, and clearly nothing wrong with the strength of his arm. Hung in there as long as he could, waited for his receiver to come free, and just a little too tall at the top of the route. But yeah, what a wicked shot he took from Olil Orozco Rosas.
So it'll be 3rd down and 12 for Malvern. Fakes it to Martinez, scrambles, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and spins. The effort was great. He's not going to get the first down, but he gets across the 45.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get the first down, but man, that is some kind of athletic play right here. To get outside and somehow keeps his feet and stumbles forward for 5 or 6.
So that'll bring Phillips on to attempt another punt. Struggled mightily in the first half with the snaps going over his head, and he had a couple of kicks that were under pressure, but he got a good one off the last time, and he'll kick it deep to McGarity and Turner.
Tough to punt when you're running for your life back there.
Gets another good one off, and this is going to be McGarity at the 8 to the outside. Wants to cut it back. Breaks a couple of tackles, but good pursuit by the Taft special teams unit, and it was the running back sophomore TJ Andrews who got down there to make the tackle. It's 49-7. The sophomore coming back out to lead the Bears offense when we come back. Welcome back. Ashton DeBose having himself a night tonight. 5 touchdowns on the night. And the Bears up 49-7 as he takes a snap on first down and hands it off to it. Straight ahead to the running back for about a 3-yard pickup.
Well, Don, I guess the story goes that the DuBose brothers moved to San Antonio from Alabama in 7th grade and then really started to shine as 8th graders. Their team won the zone title from the Brennan Feeder Middle School. And I guess Coach Baser said he got the intel from the coach there that, hey, these kids are good. And Coach Baser said when he visited with them, he noticed that both Ashton and Aaron were both very tall. And they won a lot of games by a lot of points. So he said they knew very early on what they could
ball.
do.
Back by the defense across the neutral zone. 5 yards from the previous spot. 2nd down.
So last year, when they got in trouble, their quarterback got injured, they decided to bump up Ashton in the 4th or 5th game of the season. And then they kind of mixed him in for 3 or 4 games. So it really sped up the process in terms of game experience. And then obviously is what we've seen here tonight. There's no cold turkey stuff, man. I mean, this he's played in a lot of ball games already.
Yeah, and as I said at the top of the broadcast, can you imagine being a 14 or 15-year-old freshman playing in a playoff game against Lake Travis as a freshman in the playoffs? It's just, I mean, talk about growing up in a hurry.
Well, and I said Aaron earlier, I meant Ashton, the quarterback, but the Twins have got me all confused here. But, making a long story longer here, I mean, obviously Coach Baser likes what he sees from both of these athletes, and even better, he says they both come to work every single day. They learn very quickly, and then they go out and execute. All really good signs, and now he says it's just a matter of we're going to see how far they can rise up and take their talents as far as they can.
A little bubble screen here, and that's batted down. Nice play by Luis Miranda. And oh, by the way, Justino Escobar, the senior running back, is out, and we've seen Jason Love on this series, number 36, and he's a tailback. He's a freshman. So you're seeing about 8 players between the offense and defense on this Brennan dominating victory here tonight that are sophomores or younger. Here's Love, the freshman, and he's got a gain of about 6. And the size of these kids, I mean, they do not look like 14-year-olds.
No, it's been pretty impressive. And again, some of this is just God-given ability and size. I mean, you get in a situation.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. That's 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Where you come to a program like Brennan, I mean, you would have to think that it would be awfully hard for underclassmen that age to get their way onto the field. And yet here they are, and the same thing's going on over at Taft. They've got a lot of young guys too. It just seems to kind of be the theme this year. A lot of really talented young football players on a lot of these teams that we've seen so far this season.
It just means we're going to have some great football over the next couple of years as Love goes forward for about another 3 as Derek Degollado makes the tackle.
And big Luis Miranda.
He's only a junior
as well.
Yep. Miranda's had a big game here tonight as you look at Jason Love. 2nd down and 7. 3 wides to the left-hand side. They've taken out Aaron DeBose and Jalen Spells, and they're letting some other guys get a look at it here. As you mentioned earlier, they have 6 or 7 receivers they like, and we're looking at all of them. As Love will carry. Love breaks it around, spins, keeps his feet, and Jason Love across the 30 for another Mammoth Contracting first down. And I don't want to harp on this, but again, he is just a freshman.
Man, how about those moves? Looks like he's been doing it for a long time, and the shoes ain't so bad either. It's all about the shoes.
Mammoth Contracting first down for Ashton DeBose, and San Antonio is seeing some special athletes that are going to be here for the long term for these Brennan Bears. Love loses it. I believe that it was DeBose who got back on top of it. He did. Little mishap on the exchange. As the clock rolls down inside of a minute after this next play. Here in the 3rd quarter where it's been all Brennan.
Yeah, and you got to believe that Coach Baser, obviously looking at the scoreboard, loves what he's seen from his team all night. I mean, he came into this game really concerned about this Taft team, and I think his team has responded quite remarkably. I mean, he said, man, this Taft squad he thought was better than their record indicated a year ago, and kind of, we were kind of going in thinking that they were a little dark horse this year, and he said, I'm not having any of that, man. They've really made strides, and he was 100% concerned that they were going to be getting Taft's best shot tonight. It's just been all Brennan making the most of every opportunity that they've been afforded this evening.
Yeah, got away from Taft a little bit early with the turnovers as Aaron DeBose comes back in. He's at the bottom of your screen. He's got single coverage with Demetrius Hicks. Ashton looks to the other side, fires that way, and it's dropped on the comeback. That was intended for Josie Virial.
Again, DuBose, just remarkable pocket presence. I mean, saw the blitzer coming, knew that he had a guy there to pick it up, didn't panic, wasn't flustered, wasn't rushed, and delivered the ball on time.
We're going to get Swisher here attempting a 44-yarder. His first field goal attempt of the game. We've been so impressed with him tonight.
Guys, in practice, he was good from 47.
That one's long enough by a mile, and it's right down the middle. Jonathan Swisher from 44 would have been good from 54. And he's fired up, and he should be.
Give that man a Swisher sweep.
52-7. I remember we've had some TNL games. I'm trying to think of the young man's name that was at New Braunfels a few years back. And I noticed that we were so impressed with him at New Braunfels as the punter, and now He's a starting punter for the Oklahoma Sooners.
You know, cannot say enough about the performance of these Brennan Bears tonight. You knew they were the class of the district coming in, and they've really asserted themselves. And Coach Baser says he just can't say enough about how his team has responded to the starting and the stopping and everything that 2020 has delivered their way. They've just somehow managed to figure it out along the way, but he said it's a process, you know, for the coaches, the kids, the entire community, but they try to control the situation as best they can every day. And you can see that I think they were waiting for a breakout game like this all year, and they've certainly gotten it tonight.
Sanchez is going to bring that one out after fielding it. And a nice return after kind of struggling with the ears on it, with the handle. And we've got whistles. And well, there's a stoppage of play. And there's a flag on the far side of the field. As the third quarter comes to an end, we'll take the break. We'll sort it all out. We'll come back with fourth quarter action here on the CW35. Welcome back. It's our Air Serv Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter highlights. All Brennan Bears here tonight. Jalen Spells taking that one in off the arm of Ashton DeBose, who's had himself quite a night here tonight, and they lead it 52-7 after the Swisher field goal.
I think there might be a really good possibility at some point seeing Jalen Spells in a certain all-star game next year.
I would think so.
I mean, just looks the part, right? I mean, glides, got great hands, runs great routes, and he had that physique on top of it. Just completely looks the part. Everything we've been told about that young man, everything that we've seen, he's absolutely delivered.
What's funny you mention that. We are going to announce the rosters this weekend on our sports shows. A lot of kids getting that call this week for the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game, and very excited about it as Malvern dances to the right-hand side, breaks a tackle. I'll tell you what, that young man has effort. You can say that he's not picking up first downs, but he does there on that Mammoth Contracting first down, but he lays it all out there on every single play.
Well, there's been plenty of fight from these Raiders tonight. There's no question. I mean, I was impressed with the kick return that we just saw from Julio Sanchez.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of guys out here that are willing to step it up and find some dirty yards in there for both of these teams for sure.
Mammoth Contracting first down. See, hands and pitches to Diego Martinez. Take a look at our Monarch trophies. We'll be handing the big one to the coach after the game, and the small one to our player of the game. And if you have trophy needs for all your business needs, plaques, little leagues, whatever you need, Monarch Trophy has it. Believe me, if you've ever been in there, unbelievable inventory. Just about every single type of award or plaque trophy you can imagine. Here's the youngster for Taft, TJ Andrews. He's brought down for a loss.
Yeah, Gavin Ramos in on that play, and Tyreek toll-free as well. Both underclassmen. The song remains the same on the Brennan side. Great job submarining, getting a play down there.
Thought we might have had a stoppage. Instead, it's third down. Andrews not going to break that tackle. Good job up front by those Brennan Bears, and that's a Roscoe again.
Well, no question that you go for it here, right?
Why not? It's 52-7.
Just really like the direction of where this Taft football team is headed. This is a tough loss tonight, no question about it, but to put themselves in the mix in this district, I mean, talking about a lot of positive things happen for Ricky State's squad.
It's 52-7, 8:37 left when we come back. Welcome back. It's our air conditioning service company, Smile Cam, and Shyla's smiling. A lot of Brennan fans are smiling here tonight. Malvern throws over the middle, completes it, ball's out. They're going to say it's incomplete. Thought maybe he had made a football move after the catch, but they ruled it incomplete, never had possession.
Boy, that was a heck of a throw.
Clay Porter.
Nothing wrong with the arm strength.
Receiver. You're starting to see more and more Brennan Bears get a shot at some playing time tonight.
Yeah, it'll give us a chance to talk up both of these teams. And, for sure, Coach Baser, he told us at the onset, I mean, he was treating this like a playoff game. And, for all intents and purposes, on the other side of that zone, had Taft beaten O'Connor last week and they only lost by 5, I mean, they could very easily have been the zone champs on that other side.
Inside handoff, Jason Love, and we've got another snap taken by the new quarterback, Xavier Salas Rosas. Again, their backup most of the year has been Delbert Murray, who also plays wide receiver. He's had a lot of playing time, but he was unavailable tonight. And so it's Xavier Salas Rosas. Draws the Taft defense off sides.
Well, Don, I think we're going to have both of these schools represented in our All-Star game. And as you mentioned, we'll break out some of those names Sunday night on our Sinclair family of channels.
Defense in neutral zone, causing the offense to react. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
But I'm really impressed with what Taft has done. I mean, I can't say enough. I mean, they've got the lowest number of kids of any school in their district. And, what Ricky State's had to do, because they don't have a designated feeder school per se, is that he's had to go to these middle schools and basically sell his program to some of these middle school kids that, hey, you come to Taft, you're going to have a chance to be in the playoff mix or beyond, and to try to, build this program from the middle school up. And I know a lot of schools have to do exactly that. It's not an easy feat. There are a lot of things that I think Ricky State has had to add to his responsibility as head coach that maybe he didn't envision going in. And last year, again, I think their record wasn't as indicative of how competitive they were. And this year we've seen them make a leap, and we've talked about the youth of their team. I mean, I'm just so impressed with so many levels of what they're organizationally doing with these kids on so many other different levels too, beyond just football. It's pretty impressive.
No doubt about it. Tyreek Tolfree got in the game and had the last carry for the Bears as we continue to see
on the offense,
new lineup. And
that's a 5-yard penalty.
Earlier in the game, we talked about how smooth their operation was and just how well coached.
Timeout was called before the play clock expired. That is Brennan's first charge timeout of the half.
How well coached Brennan is. And it's our final timeout here, and we'll take it with them. Brennan up 52-7. Welcome back. It's our Orange Theory Fitness Band Cam. As Brennan be happy to run out the clock over the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Xavier Salas Rosas in at quarterback. And they are now platooning the running back between the freshman Jason Love and the junior Tyreek Tolfree. Remember his brother Tolfree being a star on that Jamal Jeter team that Brennan had a couple years back.
Yeah, and just to finish the thoughts on Taft and what they're doing, you know, it's coming, Don. They've been winning a lot of games at the middle school level, and they're building it up from the ground up, so to speak, and they expected to do good things this year, and they have for the most part, although things have obviously not gone well tonight, as we see 21 break a nice run.
Tyreek Tolfree getting his opportunity here as a junior and making the most of it.
But again, you know, I think what's really cool is we watch Tolfree do his thing, is that what Ricky State's really excited about is, you know, we're working and we're trying to do all these things, and we got a plan, and we can finally show the kids that, hey, it's working. See, we're starting to put some things together, and good things are happening our way. You just got to go out and make it happen every week and try to be smarter and fight harder each and every time you get the opportunity.
Salas Rosas checking the play call. He's got Jason Love in at running back right now and keeps it himself. Salas Rosas dives ahead to the 5-yard line as we get near the 5-minute mark, and the second teamers from Brennan doing a nice job as they've made some changes up front. They've got their second line in there as well. Second group of receivers. A lot of guys getting playing time for both sides here in this 52-7 mismatch.
Just seen so many of the units of Brennan step up in this ball game. I mean, defensively, it's about as good a performance as we've seen all year.
Salas Rosas is submarined down at about the 4-yard line. Martinez making the tackle. It's the Orange Theory Fitness Band Cam as the Brennan kids continue to enjoy the night here on homecoming, and a 52-7 ball game is exactly what you want on homecoming. That's why teams like Oklahoma always scheduled my University of North Texas Mean Green on homecoming.
Yeah, I mean, in this league, though, it's tough, right?
You had no idea.
You don't know what you're going to get every week. You're going to get somebody's punch, so you have to schedule somebody on homecoming, that's for sure.
And this, here's what's going on in 29-6A. So, just so you know, this Taft team lost to Warren in week 1 and then beat Warren in week 5. That's right, they've played their same district opponent twice as Swisher comes out for his second field goal attempt of the game. This is a 23-yarder. He's been perfect all night. Kicks that one through, but there's a flag down. So here's what they did in 29-6A. Well, I'll wait for the call.
Full start on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. 4th down.
Not knowing what COVID was going to be, they came up with a zone play schedule. So the first 5 games of the schedule, they were hoping to get them in. And everyone knew that if you got those games in, that no matter what happened the rest of the year, no matter how many cancellations, those games would go towards certification of a district champion. However, as Swisher's kick is a little shorter this time, but straight, it's no good. He missed it to the wide right. I'll explain more of this crazy schedule when we come back. It's 52-7 with 3 minutes to go. You got to love the scene here at Gus tonight. Everybody's still here. The Spirit Group's having a great time. So we take a look at our Beluga player profile of Amir Phillips. He's done the punting duties tonight. He's also played linebackers, laid a couple of really big hits on his opponents tonight. And he's also a track guy and a discus and a shot put.
Yeah, that young man had a pick 6 last week that was brought back because of a penalty, but he's some kind of player.
So going back to the district, so get this. If they finish the schedule and play all the games, then the loss, Taft's loss to Warren, is the game that's going to count. But if for some reason they have to pull the plug in the next couple of weeks and somebody misses games, then their win against Warren is going to count. So it's just the way that it's been with the scheduling. And again, not everybody's doing it the same way. Each district has their own rules about how they want to certify and crown a district champion and their 4 playoff teams going into the playoffs.
Jacob Pedroza making a nice play right there. That thing's going to the house by young Diego.
Little pitch. Back to about the line of scrimmage. Hey, Chuck, you know what time it is?
Let me guess.
It is time for the gentle musings of the San Antonio version of the Uniform Czar. And you know what? Tonight we're going to give a shout out to the Spurs for the Fiesta uniforms coming back. Fans wanted them for years. They finally brought them back. Here in this ball game, I like what I see from both teams. I've said this before with both of these squads, that Taft has ripped off the Texas Rangers in a great way. They got the numerals the exact same as the Rangers font. You got the T, makes it easy to buy hats and shirts for your fans. I'm never a fan of the sleeve cap. I don't like the gray sleeves, but other than that, it's a nice, clean uniform. It's not a traditional uniform block jersey font style, but I like it. It's good. I like Wenty's hair.
I do too. I'd kill for half of what that kid's got.
Brennan's got a great uniform. First football game I ever went to was in Mount Pleasant, Texas when I was 4 years old. The Mount Pleasant Tigers were black and gold like the Missouri Tigers. Fell in love with that color scheme. I've said it before, I love the bear claw scratch on their shoulders. The B is classic that they've made their own. And it's a really good look with the matte helmet.
Very Boston Bruin-y.
Yeah, very much so. The only problem I have with it is the name Bears on the... Malvern makes a nice move. I don't think you should ever have... Look at Malvern. He's doing it again. He continues to fight. I don't think you should ever have print, script, names, words on a pant. I can handle a stripe. The big, thick, black Pittsburgh Steelers stripe would look good on this uniform.
Man, you are a stickler.
I know. It's not horrible. It's just, I'm nitpicking here. I said it's a great uniform. They got good, clean numbers, too. In the Boston Bruin look. Yeah, very nice. The bear scratch is their own. That's really nice on the sleeve.
Hard to screw up black and yellow, too, right?
Yeah, like I said, great color scheme. Last play of the game. Malvern's going to let it fly. What a ball. Caught! Touchdown, Taft! That's a way to end it. What a pass by Zamarian Malvern. Jamel Criswell with the reception.
Jamel Criswell. Look at this. It's double coverage. And Criswell just doing a great job locating the football first and then working his way back a smidge towards the ball. That is a good way to go out.
That's a good way to go out, Taft Raiders. Way to fight. We're back in 15.
San Antonio International is the first and only airport to use the Light Strike robot, which is proven to destroy hard-to-kill viruses, to include the virus that causes COVID-19, providing the highest level of cleanliness so you can fly easier, fly safer, and fly confident.
No way. It's a ball game.
All right, so they're not going to kick the extra point. They're just going to end it here, 52-13. Brennan over Taft. Got a different way of shaking hands during this COVID era, but Great job for both programs letting us come out here and doing this game, and great showing by both schools when they're fans, and this is the way it should be, high school football. Great job by both schools as we have our JD Express Collision of the Year. Dominic Velasquez
mercy,
laying the wood to Jackson to create the turnover. That is our JD Collision Express Collision of the game.
And hats off to Isaac Jackson, the toughest man on the field. Nobody in the planet comes back from a hit like that and plays the rest of the game except 17. My sincere and utmost respect for 17 tonight of the Taft Red Raiders.
We're handing out the hardware when we come back.
This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry and sponsored by Vulcan Materials Company, America's Diamond, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, R&L Certified Auto Group, Air Serve Heating and Air Conditioning, Affordable Health Insurance Agency, Orange Theory Fitness, Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning, Guild Mortgage, San Antonio Sports, Methodist Healthcare, Plumbing Today, Texas Water Advisor, Beluga Air, Bargain Warehouse Outlet, JD Collision Express, Air Conditioning Service Company, the San Antonio International Airport, Centro Med, Mammoth Contracting, and Monarch Trophies.
Welcome back. It's all Brennan Bears here tonight, 52-13 behind a spectacular performance by the sophomore quarterback. Let's go down to the field. Zach Hedrick standing by with our player of the game.
Thanks, Don. Yeah, joined here by Ashton now. And Ashton, we're going to have you right back over there, actually. And, great game tonight. 5 TDs total. Few rushing, few throwing. You just seem so in control of the offense. Where does that come from?
Well, just being humble every day in practice, just, throwing good balls in practice and just, doing my job.
Well, and we noticed too, you guys were giving, the marching band a workout, getting them to play the fight song plenty of times tonight, but we noticed the celebration is a little different for you guys. You guys shake hands. Where does that come from? It's a very formal handshake.
Yeah, well, just being, we were just excited. Me and Spells, we always do it, since last year, and we just continued it, this year.
Got the tradition going, all right. Well, we like it. Well, Ashton, great game, man. That trophy down there at the base of the mic is for you. And while Coach Bazer's coming over here, we'll get him coming up here. Congrats again on a great game. 5 TDs for the sophomore quarterback. And Coach Bazer, please step on up over here. Here at the start of the second half.
Small man.
I talked to you right before the start of the second half. You didn't have much to complain in the first, and it doesn't seem like you had much to complain in the second half either.
Yeah, things went pretty smoothly. Obviously, got some key turnovers early, which helped out the cause. But, we want the offense to take advantage of those opportunities, and they capitalized on each turnover, which was big. And we just want to continue doing what we're doing. And, sometimes things kind of go your way. And I think the turnover factor was really a factor in the game and helping us out. But, again, we were able to capitalize on every turnover situation. So that's really big for our offense to do. And it's big for our defense to be able to create some of those turnovers. So proud of the offense, proud of the defense in that regard.
Well, really, and it was kind of clicking on all cylinders for you guys. You mentioned the offense and the defense, but special teams too. Swisher's booting him out, and he's also hitting 40-yarders.
Yeah, he's a great kicker. And, like I said, sometimes the ball rolls your way, and sometimes it's against the grain. And tonight it just seemed like it went our way, and special teams helped. We did a great job of pressuring their punt and forced them into some bad punts, which gave us great field position. So, again, just really proud of our level of execution, all those types of things, and proud of the kids. And, our goal is to get better each week, and I think we're doing that, and we need to continue to do that,
Well, Coach Bazer, congrats again. We didn't forget you as well. We have this for you. So congrats. Great win tonight, and we'll let you guys go back and celebrate with the rest of your teammates. Congrats, guys.
The guys will probably really love these, and he's a pretty good player here too, Thanks a lot, guys.
Guys, back up to y'all.
Thanks, Coach Bazer. One of our favorites in town, does a great job over there at Brennan High School. And right now, speaking of his young quarterback, that brings us to tonight's play of the night. It's our Bargain Warehouse Outlet play of the night. How about just the first touchdown of the game, since there were so many? His cutback and just jogging on in. That just set the tone for the entire night. Went about 40 yards, and that made it 7-0. It was a long night for Taft from there on. Brennan 52, Taft 13. We're back to wrap it up after this.
Welcome to the Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Welcome back, 52-13, the final score here. Brennan over Taft. The Bears keep a stranglehold on first place in District 29 6A. That brings us to our AHIA game highlights. If you tuned in late, you missed a 21-0, just like that lead from Brennan. They took it over on the ground and on the air, and as Coach Baser said, they were the beneficiary of some miscues and turnovers by Taft that gave them the ability to go up quickly behind their star quarterback Ashton DeBose. Avron Carter, who got it there. Diego Martinez had a nice run to get Taft on the board. But again, it was DeBose who did most of the heavy lifting tonight. Just a spectacular effort, dropping dimes. Big game for Jalen Spells, his star wide receiver. Going long to him for a couple of different touchdowns. And they had a commanding lead and went on for the 52-13 win. Up next week, we've got another 29 6A battle. Harlan taking on Holmes, the battle of the H's as those teams try and stay alive in this district race. We'll be back to our traditional Thursday night spot next week here on the CW35. From our broadcast partner, Chuck McIntyre, and Zach Hedrick down on the field, our executive producer, Dean Radla, our producer, Chris Kotfast, our director, Brian Watts, and his entire great crew of cameramen that make all these great shots and bring it into your living room. We'll see you back right here next week on Thursday Night Lights on the CW35. Have a great week, everybody.